Hello, my name is Natalie Chow, and I'm currently an undergraduate student here at the University of Guelph. I would like to welcome you to the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences Convocation ceremony this afternoon. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduates, and we take great pride in this convocation. I'd like to tell you a little about the proceedings today. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that specific history. In general, the gowns for the baccalaureate and the magistrate programs are black, and the color of the hood differs for each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have a bright blue gown, and the honorary degrees have a red gown. The University of Guelph crest that you can see on the curtains behind me and on the cover of your convocation program also represents our specific history. The emblem shows ties with the royal city of Guelph through the White Stallion, our ties with the liberal arts through the book, our connection with the sciences through the Astrolabe, and our connection to abundance and agriculture through the cornucopia. The University of Guelph motto, Rerum cogna kerosis, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to mean, happy is the one who is able to know the reason of things, or perhaps to ascertain the meaning of things. The procession of people into the hall are also influenced by ancient tradition. The piper will herald the start of the procession of graduands, the students who are coming to graduate today. This will be followed by the arrival of the mace leading the platform party. The mace is a symbol of the authority of the university and is carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, the beadle was chosen by the instructor to act as an assistant. Today, the beadle is a ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and the mace is the provost, members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of the faculty and staff. The degrees will be conferred in the order that you see in your program. The degrees are separated by categories representing the specific degree being awarded today. We will begin with the doctorates and the magistrates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reader will present scholars to the provost by degree category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place a ceremonial hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be videoed, and technology willing, there will be a live cast to allow family and friends to watch from a distance. The provost will greet each student at center stage, and a photograph will be taken. We understand the joy and the excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you please hold your applause until after each group of students has crossed the stage. There will be an opportunity for a truly thunderous applause. Once all the degrees are conferred and all the cheers are cheered, the provost will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. Please remain standing during the recessional until all the platform party has processed out of the hall. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs are hosting a social media program developed especially for convocation. Please share your photos, memories, and advice with graduating students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. Finally, may I be the first person to congratulate the graduating students on all their various successes and to congratulate the family and friends who are here to support them today. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Guelph.
We acknowledge the Attawandaron people on whose traditional territory the University of Guelph resides, and offer our respect to our Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Métis neighbors as we strengthen our relationships with them. We live in a country that values freedom, in a society that recognizes the dignity of every person. We live in a time of peace. We have been blessed. We have been given the opportunity to learn in a school that believes in excellence by people of wisdom and compassion. We have been blessed. We have been supported by family, accompanied by friends, and challenged by the world around us to grow through our experiences. Let us enter this present moment with grateful hearts, mindful of what we have received, for we have a future filled with hope. We have been truly blessed. Amen.
You may sit down. Good afternoon and welcome. Members of the board, honorary fellows, faculty of the university, family and friends, but especially graduands. I also extend a particular welcome today to the chair of our Board of Governors, Kevin Golding, and to today's convocation speaker, a very special woman, Mary Ann Chambers, who I will introduce to you formally in a moment. Let me welcome you to the convocation at the University of Guelph. My name is Charlotte Yates, and I am Provost and Vice President Academic at the University of Guelph, and I have the added privilege today of serving as the Acting Vice Chancellor for today's convocation. I'm very pleased to welcome you to convocation. Convocations are such happy times in our lives. And as we begin today's ceremony, let me offer you a few congratulatory remarks. First off, graduates, this is your day. You've worked hard. It's been probably a little painful at times. You've persevered, and today you've made it. Congratulations. Graduation Day is all about transitions, moving from one thing to another. It's one of a number of transitions that you've made over the last several years since coming to the University of Guelph. Last fall, we had the opportunity to welcome to campus our new first-year students. We reminded them that besides being the new incoming class of 2015, they were also the graduating class of 2019. That was a moment of traveling forward in time. Let me ask you to travel back in time to your own arrival to campus just a few years ago. Do you remember how it felt to sit on campus, foot on campus for the first time as a new student? Mixture of excitement, maybe some anticipation, nervousness, combination of confidence and hope, and a little bit of fear as well, all at the same time. Well, sitting here today, you figured it out. You've explored campus. You've navigated your classrooms and your laboratories. You've found friends and mentors, perhaps discovered the wider Guelph community. And maybe, and hopefully most important of all, you've discovered a lot about yourselves. This has been a time of transition, going from what you were when you arrived on campus that first day to today, when, amongst other things, you become Griffins. Now it's time for the next transition in your life. And maybe you're feeling that familiar mix of hope and optimism, together with some trepidation and some uncertainty. So think back and reflect on the past few years of your studies here at Guelph. You leave us today having gained a body of knowledge in your field and having had a chance to study and work with renowned teachers and researchers. As part of a learning-centered, research-intensive campus, you've witnessed breakthroughs in scholarship and research here. You've been part of a diverse and welcoming community open to differing opinions and shared learning and discovery. And what you have learned goes well beyond strict subject matter and the classroom. An important part of our mission as a university has been to provide you with the tools to successfully adapt and navigate through the complexities and dynamics of a modern society. In our fast-paced world, the gap between knowledge creation and knowledge application has narrowed. New ideas become new products at an unprecedented pace. Information and communication technologies and the related democratization of learning and knowledge have become game changers for you, but also for all of us. Effectively, the distance between today and tomorrow has narrowed. That presents great challenges, but also enormous opportunities for all of us. A key challenge with change and transition is uncertainty, the very thing you may be feeling or facing right now. Uncertainty is a challenge, but it's also a wonderful opportunity. The opportunity lies in finding what we call the upside of uncertainty, taking uncertainty and change and adapting in a healthy way. What does that mean? Here on campus, it means that our researchers and scholars anticipate problems and opportunities and develop solutions, including solutions to problems that don't even exist yet. For you graduates, it means getting the job done and doing the job well, all while remembering that you are the future thinkers of society. Here at Guelph, we've tried to help you learn to adapt to and indeed to thrive in tomorrow's ever-changing world. We have looked to provide not just courses and curriculum, but also life skills or tools for your lifelong toolkit. Today, you face a new transition, both exciting and daunting. Some of you will continue on to graduate school. Others will go immediately into the world of work, whereas others of you will travel and take some opportunity to reflect on what's next in your journey. Whatever your next move, here at the University of Guelph, we have attempted to provide you with the analytic, qualitative, and communication skills you need to look beyond the world today and to succeed through innovation and problem solving in new and interesting ways. You have learned, I hope, to adapt and be creative. In effect, you have learned how to learn. And that's a good thing. As you leave behind the formal classrooms and the laboratories, your learning doesn't end today. In many ways, it's just beginning. Lifelong learning is what we call it officially, the process of learning and adapting and applying that learning in new and exciting ways over your careers and over your lifetimes. I like to call it turning knowledge into action, bringing breakthrough ideas to life in powerful ways that change people's lives. You spent the past few years at the university, in a university community, and I hope that you've also had a chance to learn how you fit into that wider community. Taking that wider view is essential for you in tomorrow's world. The problems in the society are multifaceted ones. Over the years, you will need to bring together different perspectives, blend knowledge and ideas from different disciplines, work as a team, and apply that knowledge in innovative and exciting ways. That's knowledge in action. That's finding the upside of uncertainty. As you enter this exciting next stage of your lives, I encourage you to draw upon all of your University of Guelph experiences as learners and as members of a very special community, and to bring the best you have to offer to every experience. Continue taking pride in your achievements. Embrace the opportunities that arrive. look to create your own opportunities, opportunities that will shape our future, opportunities to redefine who we are, to see the future through a broader lens. Universities are among the few places in society where a large part of our purpose is to foster ideas and innovation, to dream and to inspire hope. These are exciting places to be. This is bold and imaginative, and you have been part of it. I encourage you to find ways to take what you have learned here to engage with and make a difference in your world, in all of our worlds. But having spoken about uncertainty, I want to conclude with one thing that's for certain. Once a Griffin, always a Griffin. Thank you. I have a very special honor today of welcoming the Marianne Chambers, who will deliver the convocation address. Marianne Chambers is an inspiration. She retired as Senior Vice President at Scotiabank before serving as a member of Provincial Parliament and Ontario's Minister of Training, Colleges and Universities, as well as the Minister of Children and Youth Services. Marianne Chambers has served on several boards, and we have been most fortunate to have her as a member of our own Board of Governors of the University of Guelph, for which she is just completing her term. Marianne Chambers has received numerous awards, including honorary doctorate degrees from the University of Toronto, York University, and Lakehead University. She's received a Vice Chancellor's Award from the University of West Indies. She's a YWCA Women of Distinction. She's been awarded the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal, the Golden Jubilee Medal of Queen Elizabeth II, and the Prime Minister of Jamaica's Medal of Appreciation. I cannot imagine a better person to address you today, so it's with great pleasure I invite Marianne Chambers to give the convocation address.
Good afternoon. I know that today is an exciting day in your lives, but I suspect the convocation address is not on your list of anticipated high points of the day. I am terrible at humor. I only make people laugh when I am not trying to make them laugh, and I honestly don't have stories about personal hardships in my life. I gather those are the most interesting topics. People have suggested that I should write a book about my experiences, especially from my time in government, because they have found the odd story that I have shared on occasion interesting. But if I were to write a book, I would want to select and edit the more sensational stories so carefully that I am sure the end product would be painfully boring. But for this next 7 minutes or so, I hope I can leave you with something that you will remember and find to be of value as you move on with your lives, because the world needs you. I know this because during your years at the University of Guelph, you chose to explore disciplines such as criminal justice, public policy, international development, political science, family relations, nutrition, geography, psychology, sociology, and anthropology, disciplines which are so relevant to the quality of life that we all seek to enjoy. And I hope that you realize that you have only just started down the road of discovery and lifelong learning. In her book, Mindset, Dr. Carol Dweck a psychologist at Stanford University, shares findings from her extensive research on the concept of a growth mindset. Dr. Dweck has found that, and I quote, "In a growth mindset, people believe that their most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Brains and talent are just the starting point. This view creates a love of learning and a resilience that is essential for great accomplishment." Dr. Dweck suggests that virtually all great people have these qualities. Dr. Dweck also suggests that the use of language like "not yet" is more likely to encourage further development and improved performance than a grading system that deems that failure is what has been achieved. I am thinking that when we embrace the concept of a growth mindset, we encourage ourselves and others to believe that greater achievement is within our reach and a distinct possibility. It gives us permission to not write ourselves or each other off as failures or as having already achieved unduly conservative estimations of our potential. It motivates continued improvement. It supports our ability to dream big and provides nourishment for those big dreams. It clears our minds of preconceived notions of limitations. I have had the privilege of being asked by brilliant young people who have excelled academically and are already demonstrating outstanding success in their chosen fields for advice on areas in which they could improve their performance. I find that to be a reaffirmation that they are not only brilliant, but also very wise because they have recognized that even with what they have already achieved, the future is filled with endless possibilities. I think that's why we are so inspired by rags to riches stories and stories of people who have not only survived, but also thrived against odds that many of us would consider to be insurmountable. People who demonstrate remarkable resilience and even with their own challenges find purpose in their lives as they reach out to uplift the lives of others. So, my first offering to you today is that you reap success in just about every aspect of your lives as long as you fully embrace the concept of a growth mindset. Last fall, the Association of Universities and Colleges Canada announced the following 5 commitments: to prepare students for work and life, to pursue excellence, to deliver enriched learning experiences, to support research that aims to solve societal problems, and to build Canada through collaboration with other sectors. There is also an interesting discussion on the way on how to define quality in post-secondary education. I've heard David Trick, a consultant in post-secondary education, suggest that quality is fitness for purpose. In the thoughtful discourse on quality, there is also exploration of something called learning outcomes. And included in learning outcomes are notions of accessibility, value to students, and value to society. And in developing the notion of value to society further, there is recognition of economic value, the value of having an educated and highly trained workforce, innovativeness, and engaged citizens. The disciplines that the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences has helped you to explore are filled with purpose and possibilities. For example, as someone who believes that conscientious politicians can positively impact more lives through thoughtful public policy than most other professions can, I have been inspired by the views of ancient political philosophers who believed that politics should be about serving the public good. I have also recognized that the crafting of effective public policy requires an understanding that policies that might be good for some people might be detrimental to others. I would suggest to you, for example, that in the area of criminal justice, the creation of public policy for protection of public safety should not ignore the complexities of human and social psychology, the risks of implicit biases in predictive policing models, or the possible impact of factors such as the social determinants of health. Similarly, public policy that might be seen as unnecessary by some might be essential for the basic existence of others. Breakfast programs exist in some schools because children who are hungry or undernourished are likely to perform poorly and perhaps behave antisocially. And when I stood by my ministry officials, when they were criticized for not shutting down childcare centers in subsidized housing buildings because they had found mouse droppings in the centers, I knew I was doing what was best for the children who would have been at risk of being apprehended by the child protection system due to perceived neglect when their parents would have to continue going to work or risk losing their survival jobs, and the children would be left unsupervised. Rather than closing those centers, the best solution for the children was for the inspectors to ensure that the centers got rid of the mouse droppings and, of course, the mice. So my second offering to you today is about the importance of realizing your purpose in life. How will you make our world a better place? What will you want your biography to say about your value to society? In concluding my remarks, I'm going to share a sentiment that has been very beautifully expressed by the Persian poet Rumi. And still, after all this time, the sun has never said to the earth, "You owe me." Look what happens with love like that. It lights up the sky. You have already had so many choices and opportunities in life, as have I. And though we might not think about this often enough, some of our successes have been enabled by others who have helped to pave the way for us, who have mentored us or been supportive of us without seeking recognition for the positive impact that they have had on our lives. And while those who love you might have been tempted to remind you about the personal sacrifices that they have made so that you could focus on the achievement of your dreams, they have certainly helped to brighten your future. So whether or not they have said, "You owe me," you really must ensure that they know how much you appreciate them. And now, it's your turn to light up the sky.
Thank you very much for these wonderful words of wisdom that are encouraging to us all. It is their turn to light up the sky. Thank you. And now it is your turn. Will the graduating class please rise? Madam Provost, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph, that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you for admission to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Let us all congratulate these scholars on their accomplishments.
And now will the members of the graduating class please be seated.
Good afternoon, graduates and proud family and friends of the graduates. I'm sure you are all very excited for this moment, perhaps a little relieved, but very happy that you are going to see your graduate walk across the stage and be greeted by our provost. And you may want to express your excitement in some audible manner, and we certainly encourage that as you wish. But we do ask that you hold your general applause until, for collective applause at the end of the presentation of each degree program. Madam Provost, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences, that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science Honors Program. Bristol Natasha Chelsea Baldwin with distinction. Bethany Joy Bristow with distinction. Allison Marie Brookshaw with distinction. Rokeya Sade Brown with distinction. Jenna Lindsay Buchak. Jenna Susan Grace Colley. Cheryl Ka-Hei Ching. Olivia Ann Dean with distinction. Jessica Celine Gibbs with distinction. Haley Christine Gill. Sarah Amy Hosiason. Rebecca Allison King with distinction. Geneviève Lefebvre. Galiana Tak-Yan Lo. Cherie Mack with distinction. Olivia Louise Merkley with distinction. Rebecca Kimberly Minshall. Dombrushka Mushinsky with distinction. Janki Patel. Christy Lockman Pun with distinction. Eileen Ruth Quigg with distinction. Megan Lynn Reimer. Samantha Leah Riddell. Lauren Nicole Schoenberg. Melissa Rosemarie Tambo with distinction. Ksenia Chigak. Taylor Marley Vanderveen. Jacqueline Quincy Vicokal with distinction. Emma Rena Whitehouse with distinction. Carly Ann Zaworski with distinction. Please join me in congratulating these recipients of the Bachelor of Applied Science Honors Program. Madam Provost, I now have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors Program. Aiden Danielle Alberico. Sophie Armstrong. Wednesday Shanine Bell with distinction. Michaela Mary Alice Bennett with distinction. Taylor Lynn Bennett. Erica Ashley Bernhardt. Lauren Catherine Bertrand. Caitlin Christina Beveridge. Victoria Elizabeth Boyle. Rachel Emily Brandolini. Rachel Lee Isabella Bureau. Christine Arlene Callahan. Robin Elizabeth Carlton. Sarah Jane Carver with distinction. Andrea Elizabeth Chu. Shayna June Clark. Caitlin Marie Crowley. Jessica D'Angelo. Sonia Del Monte. Madison Lee Drescher. Yes, got it. Yeah. Megan Amanda Dunnett. Jessica Leanne Feeney. Allison Rebecca Feast with distinction. Got it. Brittany Frade. Katrina Lynn Frausel. Laura Maria Geraci. Allison Giles. Michael Giles. Robin Gillis with distinction. Jerica Nicole Hackers. Samantha Hartley. Melissa Rose Hendel. Rebecca Frances Hendel. Jacqueline Howald. Roger Michael Hudson with distinction. Camille Kaniuk. Sean Michael Keers. Marion Kelly with distinction. Melissa Coconaris. Tiana Cowell. Pascal Andre Leperrier. Haley Ann Lennox. Sally Thirza McDonald with distinction. Teresa Katrina Martin with distinction. Stephanie Maria Frida Masniak. Chantel Elizabeth Mayo with distinction. Megan Lee McFadden with distinction. Megan Josie McGowan with distinction. Patricia Mudashevsky. Stephanie Alicia Naring. Stephanie Elaine Finnemore. Jenica May Reeder. James Dudley Ronald Rice. Jordan Reitmeyer. Chelsea Lynn Schnur. Jessica Sellen. Kathleen Ann Slemon with distinction. Dylan Smith. Madeline Sohn. Rebecca Sarah Staley. Emily Rowena May Starrett. Nicholas Alexi Stone. Jessica Erin Stewart. Jacqueline Lauren Sutton. Angela Patricia Sweeney with distinction. Alana Hope Thompson with distinction. Tavia Toby. Catherine Nicole Timoshenko. Kendall Vortisen. Haley Marina Watson with distinction. Emily Isabel Weinberger with distinction. Danielle Elizabeth Wellings. Paris Ann Wildman Sisk. Devon May Wilkins. Danielle Kaplan Zelikovich. Please join me in congratulating this group of graduates with the Bachelor of Arts honors. Madam Provost, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts General Program. Summer Ahmed. Carly Marie Bazil. Christine Marilyn Birmingham. Dylan George Brenneman. Kyle Thomas Brown. Louisa Cardenas. Maria Rita Cardinale. Graham Wolfgang Collins. John Dashwood. Jennifer Lynn de Guzman. Alexander Diplock. Alexander Fraser. Bianca Galati. Yeah. Shayna Danielle Gavin. Michaela Rita Gilbert. Connor Allen Reed. Vittorio Russo. Brittany Snook. Tyler Swabe with distinction. Christina Elena Tascione. Justine Montgomery Thompson. Sarah Vaney. Kari Kristen Wilcox. Please join me in congratulating these recipients of the Bachelor of Arts General Program. Madam Provost, I now have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science Honors Program. Angie Lee DeLuca with distinction. Celine Dempsey. Kimberly Berrybo. Candace Teresa Flynn. Zachary Caleb Grau. Tanya Lee Groves. Taiba Riaz. Claire Seagren with distinction. Charlene Lynn Smolin. Adrian Van Aken. Madam Provost, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the College of Biological Science that she may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences Honors Program. Shanella Lydia Ramkesoon. Please join me in congratulating these recipients of the Bachelor of Science degree.
And please join me in thanking Dean Chapman for a wonderful job at reading all those names today. Madam Provost, I would ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the candidates listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduates not present. Thank you. Well, graduates, you did it. Let me offer you my personal congratulations. And now that you are with degree in hand, I get to welcome you also as part of the Griffin alumni family, a family that is growing, it seems, day by day. This week, more than 3,400 new graduates are joining the alumni family. The University of Guelph alumni now number over 125,000 around the world. We are all proud of you, of your accomplishments here at the University of Guelph. And we look forward to seeing how you flourish and how you use the foundations you have developed as a student to support you in the future. We want to celebrate your achievements and successes and hope that you will stay in touch. Remember, you are always welcome at the University of Guelph campus. Graduates, you've made memories here, including some of them today. Remember this as well. You are a student for a short time, but you are a Griffin forever. We don't let you go. So this concludes our formal convocation ceremony. But before I allow us to dismiss, let me make a few remarks. Dean Quen Chapman will host a reception for all graduates and their guests in Creelman Hall, which is right over here. This is an opportunity to congratulate graduands. You can introduce friends to your family, and we hope that you can attend and be part of the celebrations. Graduates, once you have taken your photographs, could you please return your gowns and hoods to the tent outside this hall? One more note. We have a total of 22 graduation ceremonies during this week. Waiting outside is the Nets group of families who are very anxious to see their graduate walk across the stage. To help us prepare the hall for that next group, would you mind exiting by either the door on the right or the left of the stage? Thank you. And with those remarks and my final congratulations, I declare that convocation is dismissed. Thank you.